The United States, under the reinstated presidency of Donald Trump, finds itself once again navigating the turbulent waters of travel restrictions. A newly proposed travel ban, significantly expanding upon the controversial policies of his first term, has been thrust into the spotlight. This time, the ban aims to impact citizens from a staggering 43 countries, marking a considerable escalation in restrictions on international travel to the United States. The policy, still in its early stages, has sparked debate and ignited anxieties reminiscent of the 2017 Muslim ban. This new iteration of the travel ban, however, introduces a tiered system, categorizing nations into three distinct groups: red, orange, and yellow. This system aims to tailor restrictions based on perceived security risks posed by each country. The red list denotes a complete travel ban, while the orange list signifies heavy visa restrictions. The yellow list, meanwhile, subjects countries to conditional restrictions, allowing a window for negotiation and potential de-escalation. This tiered approach, while presented as a more nuanced approach to security concerns, has done little to quell the storm of controversy surrounding the ban. Critics argue that the system lacks transparency and remains vulnerable to accusations of discriminatory practices. The world watches closely as the United States grapples with the complexities of balancing national security with its role on the global stage. The newly proposed three-tier system, a cornerstone of President Trump's travel ban, adds complexity to international travel to the United States. Understanding each tier is crucial for grasping its impact. The red list includes 11 countries facing a complete travel ban. Citizens of these nations are barred from entering the United States. The orange list imposes heavy restrictions on countries like Haiti, Russia, and Pakistan. Citizens face stringent visa requirements, including mandatory interviews. The yellow list includes 22 countries with conditional restrictions. These nations have a 60-day grace period to comply with U.S. concerns. The specter of President Trump's 2017 Muslim ban looms large over the newly proposed travel restrictions, casting a long shadow over the current administration's attempts to navigate the delicate balance between national security and international relations. The 2017 ban, widely condemned as discriminatory and targeting Muslim-majority nations, faced immediate backlash, sparking protests, legal challenges, and diplomatic tensions. The original ban, issued just days after Trump's inauguration, barred citizens from 7 Muslim-majority countries: Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen, from entering the United States. The administration argued that the ban was necessary to protect national security and prevent terrorism. However, critics argued that it was a thinly veiled attempt to fulfill campaign promises of barring Muslims from entering the country, citing Trump's own rhetoric and the ban's disproportionate impact on Muslim communities. The Muslim ban, as it became widely known, faced numerous legal challenges, with courts across the country blocking its implementation. A revised version of the ban, intended to address some of the legal concerns, met a similar fate, facing further legal hurdles. The issue ultimately reached the Supreme Court, which, in a 5-4 decision, upheld the third iteration of the ban in 2018. The Supreme Court's decision, while a victory for the Trump administration, did little to quell the controversy surrounding the ban. Critics continued to condemn it as discriminatory and argued that it ran counter to American values of religious freedom and inclusion. The Muslim ban remained a stain on Trump's legacy, a stark reminder of the divisive rhetoric and policies that defined his first term. Section 4. The machinery of implementation. President Trump's travel ban relies on executive orders and an interagency review process. This involves multiple government departments and intelligence agencies assessing security risks. The process began with an executive order signed on January 20, 2025. A report identifies countries with inadequate security protocols. The interagency review determines travel restrictions based on this report. Collaboration among departments ensures a thorough security assessment. The State Department coordinates with Justice, Homeland Security, and National Intelligence. This approach ensures a comprehensive assessment of security risks. Factors include counterterrorism measures, information sharing, and border security. Countries are categorized into a 3-tier system with corresponding restrictions. This tiered approach has faced criticism for its lack of transparency. Section 5. Ripple effects across borders. The ripple effects of President Trump's revitalized travel ban extend far beyond the borders of the United States, impacting international relations, diplomatic ties, and the global perception of American values. The ban has sparked outrage and condemnation from numerous countries, particularly those directly impacted by the restrictions. The targeted nations, many of which have long-standing relationships with the United States, have denounced the ban as discriminatory and counterproductive. They argue that the restrictions unfairly punish their citizens, hinder economic and cultural exchange, and undermine collaborative efforts to address shared security concerns. The ban has the potential to strain diplomatic relations and erode trust, jeopardizing years of cooperation in areas such as trade, development, and counterterrorism. The international community has also voiced its disapproval, with organizations like the United Nations and the European Union expressing concerns about the ban's discriminatory nature and its potential to violate international law. The ban has been criticized for undermining global efforts to promote human rights, freedom of movement, and international cooperation. The ban's impact extends beyond the political and diplomatic spheres, affecting countless individuals, families, and communities. Students, academics, researchers, and professionals from the targeted countries face significant obstacles in pursuing educational and career opportunities in the United States. Families are separated, cultural exchanges are hindered, and the free flow of ideas and innovation is stifled. The ban's long-term consequences on global cooperation, human capital, and the image of the United States remain to be seen, but the immediate impact is undeniable. A world grappling with the return of divisive rhetoric and policies.